Hello friends, today we will study next topic, that parameters affecting combing operation. That what are the parameters influencing combing operation. So this topic will cover so many questions, that how the performance of the comber depends upon, on what factors the performance of the comber depends, how we can improve the performance of comber, what factors affect combing operation, what are the parameters influencing the combing operation. So all these questions have the same answer, that the parameters which are influencing combing operation are: number one, raw material. That what raw material we are processing and what are its properties, that we will study. Second is material preparation. So in this, we will deal with the topic that lab preparation. Material preparation means the lab which is fed to the comber. So how this lab is prepared and what are the parameters associated with the preparation of the lab and how they affect the combing operation, that we will study in this second topic. Third topic is factors associated with the machines. That what are the factors that machine associated with the machines, parameters, that we will study in this. Fourth is machine settings, that how the machine settings affect the combing operation. Some settings we have studied already, and then we will again revise in this topic. And last is ambient conditions, means the temperature and relative humidity of the department, that will affect the combing operation. So we will study one by one. And first is raw material. In the raw material, what are the factors which are considered? What are the important factors? Number one is fiber type. So we must be very clear that the combing is meant for generally natural fibers, and where the variation in the length is there and there are impurities in the fibers. So in the raw material, we will study that what type of fiber we are going to process, whether it is cotton, wool, or any other fiber. So performance of the comber will be different for different types of fibers, whether it is cotton or wool. Next is fiber length. Fiber length means what is its average length, what is the maximum fiber length, what is the effective length. So all these factors will be studied, because the performance of the comber will be different for a short length fiber, short staple cotton, and for the long staple cotton. So there are different varieties of cotton. For every variety of cotton, the results of the comber machine will be different. Then is the short fiber percentage. So how much short fibers are there in the material? That is very important. On this basis, we will be deciding that how much noil percentage should be extracted. Suppose if short fiber percentage is more, then more noil should be extracted. If short fiber percentage is less, then It is not necessary that Noel should be more. Then lesser Noel should be extracted. So higher Noel doesn't mean that good performance. Because if there are more short fibers, then Noel should be more. So before deciding the Noel percentage in the comber, we should study that how much short fiber percentage are there in the material. And for this, we will have to test the material in advance that what is the percentage of short fiber present in the material. Then is CV percentage of fiber length. If there is more variation in the fiber length, then Noel will be more. And if the CV percentage of fiber length is less, that is good. So next is trash percentage or impurities percentage. As we know that cleaning efficiency, combined cleaning efficiency of blow room and card is of the order of 95 to 98%. So most of the impurities are removed in blow room and card. Now, how much impurities are left in the material in the lab? That is important. If blow room and card have removed most of the impurities, their cleaning efficiency is excellent, then we need to extract lesser Noel at comber stage. And if there still the impurities are left, trace percentage is left, then we need to extract more Noel percentage. So the Noel percentage which is to be extracted at the comber stage depends upon that how much trash is left in the material after blow room and card treatment. So these parameters should be considered, and that's why it is necessary to check the cotton properties of the fiber before going for combing operation. Then is uniformity of the fiber length. If the material is having uniform fiber length, then lesser Noel should be extracted. And if the uniformity, if there is non-uniform fiber length, the fiber length variation is very high, then the Noel percentage can be more. So what are the properties of the cotton, or what are the properties of the fiber which for which we are going for combing operation, that we must study before combing operation. Then is the moisture content. That what is the moisture content of the fibers? This also affects the combing operation. How? Suppose if the fiber is having too much moisture, it is giving a damp feeling, then what will happen? The fibers will cling to each other. There will be entanglement of fibers, and it will be difficult for the comber to comb the material. Half lap as well as top comb will find it difficult to comb the material, lap sheet. So moist material is not desirable at all, and that will result in naps formation and even entanglement and bunches of fiber, and more Noel will be extracted. Whereas if the fiber is very dry, and what will happen? That fly generation in the combing section will be very high. Worker will feel uncomfortable, and in the extreme situation we are finding that fibers are moving in the air and it is difficult to breathe even, and that is unhygienic condition for the worker. That is a loss to the mill also, and worker efficiency will also come down. So the moisture content in the material should be optimum, so that we can comb the material easily. It should not be, it should neither be damp material or excessively dry. So material associated with the fibers. What kind of impurities are associated with the fibers, and what are the properties of the fiber, whether it is a stiff fiber or whether it is soft fiber. That is, so all these factors will have to be considered, that what kind of impurities are there in the fibers. So all these factors will affect the combing operation, and there are different qualities of cotton in the world. So before going for combing operation, we should check the properties of fiber, and accordingly we will decide that how much noil percentage should be extracted. For which fiber length distribution is very important. So it is necessary to check that what is the fiber length distribution of the lap fed before combing. So in the first diagram, we can see that the fiber length distribution of the cotton, and the shaded portion shows us the short fibers in the lap. So we can see very clearly in the second diagram, middle diagram, that fiber length distribution of the sliver after combing. So in this, we are seeing that shaded portion is less. This means that most of the short fibers have been removed during combing, and that we want. So after combing, the percentage of short fibers should reduce. So how much percentage of short fibers are removed during combing, that is very important. And in the ideal situation and in the best conditions, the 75% of the short fibers are removed during combing. And we can see also that in the middle diagram, that the shape of the fiber length distribution has become fatter. So this is due to removal of the short fibers. So that's why their shape, overall shape of the fiber length distribution curve has also been changed. That we want, and it should happen. Next is noil. The third diagram shows the fiber length distribution of the noil, means that noil should contain only short fibers. In ideal condition, noil should contain maximum number of short fibers, because long fibers should not go in the noil. If the long fibers are going in noil, that is a loss to the mill, and that we don't want. That is not our object. Our object is to remove the short fibers. So we also check fiber length distribution curve of noil, and that should contain short fibers only. The shaded portion shows that the short fibers. So maximum area should be of short fibers. In simple words, the noil should contain short fibers only, and minimum amount of the long fibers, because loss of long fibers in noil is a loss to the mill. So if we study the fiber length distribution of material that is lap fed before combing, and then after combing, we check the short fiber length distribution of sliver, we can compare that what we have done and what we have achieved and how the comber is performing. Next is, we should also check fiber length distribution of noil, so that we can see that what is happening before and after combing and what we are removing in the noil. So the noil should contain short fibers. Next is material preparation, that is parallelization of fibers in the sheet. So in this, parallelization of fibers in the sheet means that how the lap is prepared. So in this case, in the ideal condition, the fiber should lie across the sheet. If fiber lie across the sheet, then long fiber presented as short fiber to the circular comb and may be removed as noil. Yes, in ideal condition, fiber should be along the sheet and not across the sheet. If they are along the sheet, all the fibers are parallel, then comber will perform well. And if the fiber lie across the sheet, then long fibers will be presented as short fiber. As in this diagram, it is shown that fibers in crisscross direction, if the fibers are lying across the sheet, then they will be treated as short fiber and they will be removed as noil. So more is the parallelization, more are the parallel fibers, lesser is the noil. The same trend is observed that if you make a study and draw noil percentage versus pre-comb draft, that is a draft between card and comber, then you will observe that as the pre-comb draft increases, the draft between card and comber, the noil percentage will be reducing. The same trend is observed for normal combing, for upgrading, for all types of combing. Means if the pre-comb draft will be more, then fibers will be parallel and noil percentage will be less, and most of the fibers will be lying along the sheet. So that's why there is a need of optimization of the pre-comb draft for every set of machines, for every set of conditions. And there is a limit of increasing pre-comb draft also, that it is not like that if we are going on increasing, we will always get benefit. After a certain level, this theory doesn't work. So what is the optimum pre-comb draft that we can decide in the industry conditions that we can optimize? And there is an optimum pre-comb draft at which the noil percentage is less and we are getting good properties of the combed yarn. So at that level, we should operate the machine. So in general, we can say as the pre-comb draft will increase, suppose from 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, then the noil percentage will reduce. So we will continue this topic on our next lecture. So for today, it is sufficient, and with this, we finish our today's lecture. Thank you.